18 Days of Inspiration, Day 6. So, have you ever been around anybody where every time you talk to them, it's a sad story? If it's not one thing, it's another. They always have something going on. And if your phone ring and you look and see it's them, you be like, whoa, do I feel like listening to this today? Well, I would like to pose the question. Have you ever been the person where every time somebody's phone ring and they look and see it's your number and they be like, oh, it's Keita calling again. I don't really feel like hearing her sad story. So a lot of times when we go through things, we don't know how to process it. We can become overwhelmed in what it is that we're going through. Well, my challenge today for the person who is going through, don't give up. And for the person who may feel like every time they look around somebody going through a sad situation, don't you give up either, because that person's healing and wholeness can come from you just learning to show compassion on them and being supportive through their trying time. I myself have fortunately had the experience to be both individuals. I've been the person who always had a sad story, as well as being the person who every time I looked at my phone, it was a friend calling who I know had some bad news to deliver. However, never get so big on yourself that you forget that it could be you in those shoes. And when you are in those shoes, instead of complaining and looking at everything from a bad perspective, begin to praise and just know that you will not be in that place always. It will eventually get better. And for the person that's really judgmental, who just can't seem to have compassion, I pray for you right now in this moment that you don't become that person, because no one understands what it's like to walk in someone's shoes if you've never walked in their shoes. So people, instead of downing that person that just seems to always have an issue, begin to encourage them. If they're coming to you, it's not always because they desire your advice or that they want your opinion. Sometimes they just want a listening ear. So, in all your will, if you don't have anything good to say, then just be a listening ear for that person. And beyond that, we all really, really, really need to encourage each other, because we're beat up on every side of us. We're beat up in our finances. We're beat up in our work situations. We're beat up in our relationships. So instead of continuing to tear each other down, let's just really take time to build each other up. Again, thank you for tuning in for the 18 Days of Inspiration. It is truly blessing me. I hope that it is blessing you just as much. Please continue to share. All of my faithful people who have been sharing, again, thank you, thank you, thank you.